Hello everybody, this is Shagun Smith Francis and you're watching Teach Me SF. In today's video, we will be discussing the various functions performed by a bank. A bank basically performs two kinds of functions. The first is the primary functions and the second is the secondary functions. Primary functions are also called as the acid test functions. These are the basic two functions that every organization that wants to be called a bank needs to perform. The two functions are accepting deposits and granting loans and advances. If an organization fails to perform any one of these functions, it cannot call itself a bank. It may be a post office or a non-banking financial organization, but it fails to be called a bank. So, the two acid test functions that a bank needs to perform are to accept deposits from the public and grant loans and advances to the public. The first function is the accepting of deposits. Accepting of deposits is done in four ways: through saving deposits, through fixed deposits, through current deposits, and through recurring deposits. Saving deposits are the accounts that every normal man, a layman, can open, and he puts his extra savings into that account and he withdraws the money from the account whenever he is in need of money. The second is the fixed deposit. Fixed deposit is the amount that one has to put in for a fixed period of time. That time period could be 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. But he cannot take out the money until the maturity of the period, and after the maturity of the period, he can withdraw the amount along with the interest accumulated. The third form is the current account. Current account is the account that is opened by businessmen, and these accounts are basically for business transactions only. Here there is no limit for the number of withdrawals in a day, and the amount can vary in lakhs for the transactions. The fourth type is the recurring deposit. A recurring deposit means that reoccur. That means that you can time and again deposit money but cannot take out money. A recurring deposit, for example, you deposit rupees 500 in your recurring account for a year. So at the end of a year only, you will be allowed to withdraw your 6,000 rupees along with the interest accumulated. Now we move on to the second primary function, that is granting of loans and advances. Granting of loans and advances is basically done in four ways. The first one is a cash credit. Cash credit is a facility that is given to the people who are into business to carry on their working capital requirements. These cash credits are given in return for a mortgage or a collateral. Then is the bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is a facility where you can withdraw a more amount from your account in spite of not having the balance in it. For example, you have your current account and the amount of balance that you have is just 50,000. But you can overdraw the amount up to a limit of 2 lakhs, for example. Loans and advances is the third form of granting loans. Loans could be of short-term or long-term. Short-term loans are the loans that are provided for less than a year, and long-term loans for more than a year. Then the fourth one is discounting of bills. Discounting of bills is a facility that is given in case a person. The fourth form is discounting of bills. For example, let's say there is a seller and a buyer. If the buyer purchases something from the seller on credit and gives him a bill of exchange saying that he will be giving him the money back in 3 months, but now the seller is in need of the money before the 3 months, so he will go to the bank, he will get the bill discounted and take the money from him. The amount that is discounted, like for example 10,000 rupees had to be paid to the seller. The bill is of 10,000 rupees, so the bank might deduct rupees 50 and hand him over the rest of the amount. That discounted bill is the fees that is charged by the bank for such a facility. The second type of functions are the secondary functions. These are the additional functions that the banks perform, and they are of two types: agency functions and utility functions. Agency functions are the functions where the bank becomes an agent of the account holder and performs various functions on his behalf. The first function is fund transfer. Fund transfers are done by the bank on behalf of the customer, on behalf of the instructions given by the account holders. The second is check collections. Check collections are the checks that are needed to be collected for the customer by the bank. Then is periodic payments and collections. Sometimes the account holder gives standing instructions to the bank, and the bank is asked to do payments on periodic basis after a certain period of time on regular basis, and collections are made mandate by the customer to the bank to collect after a certain period of time on frequent intervals. So these periodic payments are also called as standing instructions that the banks perform as an agent of the account holder. The next one is portfolio management. Portfolio management means, the word portfolio means a bag of securities. It means that when a customer or an account holder wants to invest his money in some shares or debentures, that function is also performed by the bank as an agent of the customer. The bank will put his money into a lot of securities. There will be some securities which have high risk and high interest, and there will be some securities which have low risk and low interest. So the bag of securities that is made and managed by the bank on behalf of the customer, so that the customer is able to get an average interest for an average amount of risk taken. That is called as portfolio management. Now we move on to the utility functions. Utility functions are the various other functions that are performed by the bank for the customer. These are the additional services. Some of these services might not be performed by all the banks, but some may be performing more or less. The first one is issue of drafts and letter of credit. These facilities are basically taken by the importers and exporters, or where the third party does not know about the financial condition of the other party. In these conditions, the bank basically undertakes the guarantee that in case the party is not able to repay the amount of credit, then the bank will guarantee and repay the amount. So these are issue of drafts and letters of credit. The next one, utility facility, is locker facility. That is underwriting of shares, dealing in foreign exchange, project reports, social welfare programs, and other utility functions. So these are basically some of the functions that are performed by the bank. This is all for today, and in the next video we will be talking about the role of banks in the economic development of our country. Till then, take care and thank you so much.